Good evening, and thank you for joining me. Just make sure everything is up. All right. Good evening, and thank you for joining me. Just need to revamp that, and there we go. Yep. We have a very, very interesting situation here in the Atlantic. If only this webpage is going to load. I have internet, so looks like everything's running fine. Right. Just make sure the whole web page is loaded. Just make sure everything is in order. Video quality can be a little bit better. It's only up to 480p. Tropical system. Thank you for joining me right now. Just trying to make sure the video is up and working. Yep, this system right now is really, really concerning me. Not concerned about this at all. But this system, probably take a track like that, and that's what's really concerning me. Is it gonna do what Irma did, or is it gonna go up the East Coast, or is it gonna go out to sea? That's what remains to be seen. And let's explore some computer models right now. Okay, let's go to Euro right now. The 12's Euro actually doesn't really even form the system, so but that's the problem. The Euro right now is not doing so well with strength. So let's go to regions, go to North Atlantic. So this is what will be Tropical Storm Chantal. It will form, in the next few days. Yeah, there's a problem. See, Euro basically doesn't form it. And so, but steering currents right now seem very concerning, because here's the thing. You have a high pressure system here that is going to guide the storm westward, west-northwest. And the cone of uncertainty, here's where the cone of uncertainty takes shape. You see these low pressure systems that are going to the north. It's going to open up a path for the storm to go northward. But if it goes too far west, and the low decides, and a low up here decides to scoop up Chantal, or whatever name it's going to have, it's probably going to be Chantal, because I don't expect what was 95L to do anything. So it will scoop up Chantal and then shove it up the East Coast, or it could do something like this. So the GFS ensembles have been trending further west. 12Z only had 3 landfalling storms, while the 18Z had 5 or 6 storms, like almost half, coming within a couple hundred miles of the East Coast. So that's very concerning now. And a couple of them even had to go into Florida and into the Gulf. So there's another thing to look for, to keep an eye on. So right now, looking at the GFS, this is the midnight run. I'm gonna look at the 18Z right now. Just bear with me as the website loads. I don't have the best internet connection right now, because I'm working on Wi-Fi. So. Oh, crap. hold on. I'm gonna stop streaming. Okay, hold on. Okay, thank you for all for joining me. I'm back now. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back now. So, okay, now where were we? So this is Chantal. What will be that third name Storm? Come on, come on. Still loading. Wow. Like 10 minutes almost passed. My internet connection is horrible. It says I have 4 bars. Hold on. I might have to reset the internet connection. Oh, what the heck's wrong with it? What happens when you have Wi-Fi and it's not like wired? Oh my god. It's also because I probably have a lot of pages open. Oh, still loading. I don't know how long this is gonna take. This is gonna take forever. I'm really sorry about this, guys. My internet connection is crap. Like, it's legitimate crap. I wouldn't believe that the full bar thing at all. I mean, look, seriously, look at this. How slow it is. Finally it loads. Okay. Okay, you're in Jacksonville, North Carolina. The closest... Yellow... I'm beside that yellow circle. Yellow circle. Yellow circle. The yellow circle, that's just the main development region for Invest 91L or 95L. Like, I wouldn't worry about that system. This is the storm I would worry about. This one right here. Like, I mean, look at the models. It has it going up the East Coast, so it's really concerning. And it's not bringing it north like what Florence did. No. This is a storm more like Irma, because Irma, there's a chance that this storm might end up going to the, like, there's even an outside chance that it could do what Irma did, possibly, if steering currents allow it, or it could be an out to sea storm. So there's many possibilities. But the most likely one right now is going to go out to sea, because as the storm goes further west, it will be in the eastern periphery of this high. Well, on the western periphery. It'll be on the western periphery of this high, and it will get funneled up the coast. But as it gets funneled up the coast, it all depends on how quick this storm is to kick this storm out. And also there'll be a weakness here. Also, you see how this high is to the east? As soon as it gets north of the high, it will be forced out to sea. But if this high is a little stronger, it could very well go up the East Coast, go into North Carolina, South Carolina, and impact the Canadian Maritimes. I mean, it brings it very close to the Canadian Maritimes, and then it basically weakens it. I mean, I'm still waiting for for this to load. I mean, my internet connection right now is really, really bad. Like, my internet connection right now is absolutely horrible. Like, okay, so let me compare this run from the last run. See? Has it over Hispaniola right now. Has it right over the Dominican Republic. And the run still hasn't finished loading. So, big difference. Oh, this one has it going to the Caribbean. So you see, yeah, this is getting me really concerned now. Maybe it won't go up the East Coast. Maybe it will just be a weaker storm. But the fact that it's further south now, it is going to Hispaniola. Yeah, this is getting me very concerned now. It's bringing it way further west now. So, and south. So, I'm very, very concerned, especially for the for the Leeward Islands, for the Leeward and Windward Islands. This area needs to watch out. This entire area, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands, all the way down to Guadeloupe, they need to watch out for the system. I fear another repeat of Irma or Maria for them, because here right now, sea surface temperatures right now there are very, very warm ahead of the system. I mean, look at sea surface temperature anomalies. They're very warm. They're above normal throughout the whole path of the storm, or the system. It's way above normal. And looking back at 2017 when Maria and Irma happened, with Irma being the first system, right around the same time, you had very warm waters. Like, it's a little cooler. It's about almost basically the same temperatures. It's all color coded, so you could see. There was some Irma took this path. So Irma took a path like this. Keep in mind, water temperatures are usually warmer here. They're cooler here and warmer as you go west. But keep in mind that Irma went like this. And it skirted just north of Puerto Rico and then grazed Cuba and then went into Florida. And then Maria, the second storm, is what really, really hit Puerto Rico really hard. Category 5 hurricane went right into Puerto Rico. Directly killed, because of loss of power and all that, killed over 2,000 people. Like, thousands of people died because of Maria. And there's many people who are still missing and unaccounted for even today. So when they said only 2 or 3 people died, that was the immediate results, but the aftermath killed a lot of people. Loss of power. They said the official death toll was close to like almost 1,600. I think that it sounds like a high estimate, but that actually does not sound so far-fetched, I mean, Katrina killed over 1,000. I mean, it hit a very small island. The whole island was affected by Category 5 winds. Climate change is making storms more and more dangerous. It's a sad truth, but it's what's happening. And right now, I mean, look at those sea surface temperature anomalies. They're warm all in the path of the storm. It's just, and even going further north, it's just warm all up and down the East Coast. If this storm decides to go up the East Coast, let's compare to 2017 and now. Just want to compare this year from 2017. Let's go 2017 first. Same time, July 31st. East Coast was cooler, so the warmest I could find is around Bermuda, about between 1 and 1.5 degrees centigrade above normal. And looking at right now, very warm. In fact, I'm spotting between 1.5 and 2, and even a 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade above normal. So very concerning for the East Coast. In fact, we had some water temperatures off Long Island that were close to 80 degrees. I'm just gonna change topics and go on National Data Buoy Center right now. Just show you a local buoy right now. Okay, let's go back to the models again. Still loading. Unbelievable. How long is this gonna take? Oh. Jeez. Okay, it stalls. So it stalls the storm. So it looks like this model has a stalling thing going out to sea. Yeah, because you see this storm approaching? This storm, this low pressure system will kick the storm out to sea. So this storm is definitely a threat to the East Coast. I'm not gonna try to like sugarcoat this at all. This storm is a threat to the East Coast. The entire East Coast, the Caribbean, the Northern Caribbean need to watch out for this. They need to prepare now. And all these coasts needs to watch out, especially the Southeast. So Florida and the Southeast needs to watch out. And then, I mean, this is only one model. Let's look at the Icon model, or the NavGem. Let's go to NavGem right now. Hold on, it's not gonna take. And alrighty. Yep. Thanks. Yeah, you're right about it. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you're a moderator for my channel now. Just because. Alrighty, let's see. Let's go back to the models. Where's the... Oh, we go. Still loading? Come on. It's taking it so long. Finally, okay. It's good. On. Oh, no, 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 no. Please, for the love of everything that is good, no. Go further north, please. Why does this... They have had enough storms already. It's only been 2 years. Come on, they're still recovering. Such an ignorant administration. Look at this. To all people who think global warming is fake, you think global warming is like not man-made? Yeah, I'm gonna call it global warming. It's not climate change. Look at this. The whole world is heating up. Blue patches are almost impossible to find unless you're in the southern hemisphere. And that's all because of ice glacier melt. This is all because of melt, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna go off topic here a little bit. I have to, because this is important. We are heading down to record low territory for sea ice. You see this right here? We are headed towards record low levels. Look at that. It's 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Show all. Okay? And this is all years with at least 15% sea ice. Yeah, and this year is the worst. That's the Arctic. Let's look at the Antarctic for sea ice. Show all. And where are we? Oh, only 2 years were worse, 1983 and 1985. Just remind you on that. For all of you who think climate change, global warming is not man-made. Yeah, try to look at the last 100 years of carbon concentration in the atmosphere and tell me that global warming is not man-made. Okay? Just want to put that out there. In fact, I'll do it right now because current no, let's see. Go to actual CO2 that are like 409 ppm. Yeah, we're about to surpass 410. Jeez. Track the trend. Like, people need to realize that. No, actually, I'm going to go to Mauna Loa Observatory. So yeah, this has been the trend. Just skyrocketing. So you see, when you had the oil crash and yeah, look at this. This is one of the worst years for sea ice increases. See, increase a little bit, and then boom. I mean, look at this increase here, year over year. 1, 2, 3, and then some just a big increase. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's also the amount, like, it increased by. This is just unbelievable. This is really bad. CO2 concentration. I'm just 288 parts per million. By 1900 was at 291. So in the last 119 years, I just want to do a quick calculation, and this is going to be percentage increase. Let's go to 291, right? Plus 40%. Yeah, 40% increase in CO2 in the atmosphere in only 119 years. Oh, it's actually this is actually from 1900. So it's 119 years. It's actually more than 40%. I think it's 42, 43%. So 1900, so let's do 291 plus 42%. So it's about 41% increase in the past 119 years. 41% increase in the whole planet, like globally, like in the atmosphere. 41%. Not maybe 3 or 4%, 41%. Y'all could argue volcanic activity is causing this. Volcanic activity has been going on Earth for billions of years. And we have carbon concentration like from ice cores going back hundreds of years, thousands, millions of years. And nowhere do we have an increase as fast and as hard as we do now. Yeah, and this will make hurricanes worse. This will make droughts worse, storms worse, because you're heating up the planet. But I'm talking about humankind. So I'm done my little climate change rant right now, but it's really, really important that that politicians realize how dangerous climate change really is. You think, oh, climate change is good because it'll make plants grow better. Yeah, how will plants grow when you have a mega drought? Because the patterns are changing. Or when your coastal cities flood. It's already happening in Florida. Look at their king tides. Miami's already flooding. And this right here is proof. And let's go back 100 years. I'm not 100. Let's go back. And this is all satellite records to 1996. August 3rd. Just look. A lot of blue, some yellows, some reds, you know. But most, from what I can see, what you see here is sea ice. This is all sea ice here. If you go to more recent years, they showed sea ice like this. Let's go right here. Let's pick today's date, July 28th, 2016. So you see sea ice is like this here. And then let's go to this year. Let's go right now. Same time, same place. It's almost gone. Like, see, it's already breaking up. Everything is yellow, orange. Only blue I see is the La Nina developing here, and blue here because of fresh water melt. Just tons of water just pouring into the Southern Ocean. This is all because of melt. And this is because of the PNA becoming positive phase right now. So we're also in the warm phase of the AMO. So the PNA and both the Atlantic and the Pacific are in their warm phases. But according to patterns, we're supposed to be in the cool phase of the Atlantic and the warm phase in the Pacific. We're actually cool phase in the Pacific, warm phase in the Atlantic. But I see warm in both phases. We're having a La Nina, so this should be cool here too. Apparently not. So it's very concerning. And now let's go back to the model. Still loading. And thank you for being here. Well, I'm gonna have to minimize this for a second. Hold on. I'm gonna stop streaming for just a moment. Huh? Right, Irma. Orphan and friend. Huh? Only two yours members. Okay, let me. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna be more on track. Oh, great, my bar's dropped. Alright, so currently I'm looking at the models for Tropical Storm or Invest 96L. Currently looking at the Canadian, which hasn't been doing good at all with strength or track. Yep. As that opening I've been talking about, and that little low there, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but let's see what Icon is saying. Yeah, maybe a video would have been better. But look, I need to do a live stream because I don't have time to render and do all that. Oh, come on. Ready. So this is what our 120 has. Tropical storm here. I'm sure this is the same as. Let's go to 12Z. And I'm going to push it all the way to our 180. Now I'm going to push it to our 174. Let's see, or actually 168. Yep. Also, kind of lackluster with the track. But it's having the storm go out to sea. Has a weakness developing. So this is what will be. So this could be. So this actually, if this becomes named first, this will be Dorian. So, but most likely this will be named first. I'm putting all my cards on this being named first. So it's basically a race on who gets named first now. Go. I don't have any money. I really want to support the site so bad. Also, my internet's crap, so it's like. Can't wait to get to a different agency. They're using a business package just to save a couple dollars. I mean, at least I have internet. You know, but it's really bad internet. They always have to do business. Let's see what GFS Legacy has to say about the storm. I already looked at the GFS, but GFS Legacy has it going into Hispaniola again. Oh, going right into Florida is a strong tropical storm. That also looks pretty likely. That's probably more likely, in my opinion. And then going out to sea. So I think the Southeast definitely needs to look at, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. Okay, let's see now. Go back to the models. Okay, alrighty, there we go. So I think the ensembles are finally loaded, so... Yeah, they're starting to load. It's only up to hour 42 right now. So it's going to take a few minutes. While the ensembles are loading, let's look at the Tropical Atlantic satellite. So let's look at Geo16 right now. So this is Invest, well, what was Invest 95L. This is Invest 96L. This is what everyone's so concerned about. And I'm, including myself, so I'm very concerned about the system myself. It has very good spin. You could almost see a circulation there. Very, very well-defined circulation. And there's another pretty healthy wave behind it. But most of the circulation I see is right in here. There it is, right in here. But all the thunderstorms are on the west side, which is kind of abnormal. Most of the storms are usually on the east or west side. I mean, on the east side, not on the west. But maybe there's some dry air trying to feed into the system on the east side. This is where they think the storm is going to form. Yep, there's area of circulation here. See a swirl in there. But it's going to be, they said, in the next 5 days, but nothing in the next 48 hours. I think that's pretty accurate. It's probably going to take a track like this. Just go out to sea. That's what I'm anticipating. But it could very well just do what Irma did and go like that. Like, I think that the cone of uncertainty will be more like this. From here to here. But I would not include the Carolinas. I think if it goes here, I think this is what the track will be more like. Or I think the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast will be fine. I'm not concerned about it now. I mean, there are a couple ensembles that show otherwise, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. That's taking a little longer than I thought. This is looking at weather.kata.edu. There we go, right there. There's future of Chantal. Then I said it's gonna. I haven't really saw what it's gonna do, but you see this right here? It's gonna kick it right out to sea. What? Oh man. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You see that? That is very concerning. I mean, I was right about being kicked out to sea, but it's not that storm that kicks it out. Huh, that's going to bring severe weather to the Northeast, that's for sure. But then... isn't there a blocking high over here? Okay, that just doesn't make any sense. Okay, you have a blocking high, and you're being forced to go northeast. Yeah, this could be an East Coast threat. Like it. Nah, okay, that scares me. Okay, that means a cold front will come through. So you have an upper level disturbance. Ah, there you go. You have an upper level disturbance. Cool pocket aloft. And it kind of sneaks under that high pressure system. So causes a weakness for the storm to go northeast. But that high pressure system should also keep the storm from going northeast. See? Well, logic would dictate that it's not going to be racing northeast if you have a blocking high 1026 right here. What normal logic would dictate it's going to be going northwest, not northeast. I mean, you have a big blocking high, 1026 low. So, I mean, this storm should have just kicked the storm right out. Boom. It should have just went northeast, and yet the GFS stalls the storm. And then it gets kicked out. Yet there's a blocking high. So, like, GFS right now is a little bit having some issues right now. Okay, so... yeah, like, this just confuses me. Like, maybe there's weakness there. I mean, I see something approaching here, so... but, yeah, definitely the East Coast needs to be on the lookout. That's only one model. That's the thing. That's only one model run. Yeah, that took me by surprise. Oh man, that took me by surprise. 16 playbacks. Okay, stream looks pretty good. August 5th. Huh. Yes, the GFS Legacy does have Miami impact, but as a strong tropical storm, because it goes through the islands, which will disrupt the circulation. So Miami impact as a tropical storm, or East Coast impact as a potentially life-threatening hurricane. So a lot is at play here. A lot is at play. Could be ending the video up shortly, maybe 10 more minutes, and I'm gonna be ending. No new members, new. Oh, man. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday, so I'm gonna have a stream planned. Alrighty, Okay, let me see. Sorry, just in deep thought there for a moment. Still loading. Done with that little rant there from earlier. So I have work tomorrow. So I'm gonna be going to bed in like the next 5-10 minutes. I will do a stream in the morning. I'll have to wake up early then because I'm planning a morning stream. Probably shouldn't be streaming at this time either. No one watches videos at 1 a.m. in the morning, but unfortunately in my case, this is the only time I can basically stream. Because I got a really sensitive microphone and some of my staff, unfortunately, they don't appreciate, they don't, like, they make a lot of noise and they talk very loud and they don't care that I'm doing a video. Or like, I've told them numerous times and they basically don't give a crap. So this is the only time I could do a live stream. Like, they think, oh, they think of me as this disabled person who, like, why should I be here if he's so, like, high functioning, according to them. Like, I don't use functioning labels, but they're ableist. Like, they don't care that I have so many issues going on. They really don't care. And this is why I have to do streams at this time. Like, they don't. When David does his streams in his videos, he does it so professionally. Like, this is why he has so many subscribers. I mean, he earned it. He does so hard. He's very positive despite everything. He's been through a lot. I mean, I've been through a lot too, but David has his time to do YouTube streams. He's not being bombarded by phone calls 20 times a day, or like always at the wrong time. I asked my parents, don't call me at this time. They call me at that time. Like, they know I'm doing stuff, and so whenever I ask people to do something, like, please, don't bother me this time, they deliberately do it. Like, I told them, you know what, if you're gonna keep on doing this, I'm gonna unplug all the phones in the house. And I've recently started doing it, and they've been really upset. I'm like, well, you didn't ask. Maybe if they hadn't been, like, doing this kind of stuff, people haven't been always bothering me, maybe then. And here's the thing. I don't have a camera, but I'm in the kitchen. My parents don't want me. They told this app, no, he can't have a computer in his bedroom. It has to be in the living room, in the kitchen. Like, they are so controlling. They're ableist. They're ableist as, like, ableist AF. Because I'm not gonna swear. They're extremely ableist. They see me, like, here's how they do it. They see me as disabled, so they want to enforce all these rules on me because of my quote-unquote disability, but yet they have other expectations. Like, they expect me to do all this other crap. Like basically they have different expectations for me. Like, for some areas they have lower expectations for me, but in other areas they have higher expectations for me. Yeah, you can't have it both ways, okay? To those people who are like that, think you could control people however you want? All you're doing is you're pissing someone off. Sorry, I had to go a little bit negative there, but oh, yeah, I'm not in school right now, but doesn't matter. It's like, for me, June 3rd to 6th. Ah, so it ends in the beginning of June. Yeah, in New York City, it ends in the end of June. So it's basically the same school length, it just ends earlier. But August is still technically summer. Summer doesn't officially end until September 21st. So if they're going to do it by season, it should be. But in Florida, it's almost always summer. You know, the weather is always nice and all that. So it's really good. But in New York, I think they try to do it differently because of the season. So school ends in the end of June and begins at the beginning of September. So yeah. Also my schedule. Yeah, it's also my schedule too. It's just that also there's like internet usage but issues. Let's see. Go back to the models. Still loading. If you look at that. My internet connection is just, it's bad. Oh, I want to be a Patreon subscriber so bad. Wait, that's European. Waiting for my new bank card to come. It takes 2 weeks to go in the mail. Yeah, last week, someone at my work, they have summer youth employment program. Yeah, I left my wallet in the back room and someone used my debit, tried to make some purchase on my debit card. So my card had to be canceled. So now I have to wait 2 weeks to get a new card. And even then, if I had a debit card, I don't have a lot of money in my bank account. Like, anyway, I'm saving up to move to a new apartment. I'm going to a new agency, so thing is, my mom wants things to be her way, so she wants me to live in a particular neighborhood that's more expensive. But the agency, the government, would only pay up to $13.50 for rent. Yet, where she wants me to live, rent is like freaking almost $2,000 a month. And where's the other gonna come from? From a tree? I'm gonna have to work. But I want to live in an area that's cheaper. She's like, no, you have to live here. I'm like, no, I don't want to live in this area. It's too expensive. And also it's inconvenient. It takes me forever to get places. And now she wants me to go to Stony Brook. You know how much I have to commute there? Like, she needs to make up her mind. Where am I going to commute? How am I going to get there? It's an hour and a half. It's a minimum of 2 hours. Oh, it's not just the commuting time. It's the schedule. Like, you have to wait at the platform. If you're just gonna travel, it's 1.5 hours of moving. Like, if you hop on the train, then you have to wait at the train. If I were to leave my house in the morning, say at 9 a.m., it would be 2 to 2.5 hours there and back. Why? Because there are trains every hour. So say you take one train, then you have to transfer and then wait for the next train. So it's 2 to 2.5 hours from where I live to get to Stony Brook and 2.5 hours back. Why should I have to commute 5 hours just to go to a college for one day? Like, when I should be studying, I should be living at the college to study, not wasting 5 hours in commute. Like, seriously. But of course, it always has to be everyone else's way, but not mine. Always. you know one thing, I'm never gonna give up. Like, as hard as life has been for me, as much as people have been pushing me down and just pushing me down, I'm gonna advance myself whenever I can. Whenever someone helps me, I'll take it, and I'll be grateful for it. Of course, I'm grateful for all the times my mom's helped me. But thing is, she thinks she wants what's best for me, but it's not. It's not gonna be. Look, I have autism. Multitasking is really difficult. Commuting is very stressful. Why can't you let me live on campus? Oh, she's worried that because I have autism, I'm gonna be doing everything all over the place. No, I'm all over the place because New York City's all over the place. The I have to commute. I have to take a freaking subway, and I've been denied accessoride twice. And every time I'm on the subway, it's very stressful. I have like panic attacks. I'm disoriented. I was denied accessoride 2 times. Twice. I was denied accessoride, which is basically a transportation service for people with disabilities. I needed, I really badly needed, because of my condition. I can't keep a good schedule. I'm not able to make my appointments because I have to take subways and buses. It's very, very stressful. Not only that, I recently had to go to the hospital because I had a mental breakdown because of all the stress. And I haven't applied to Accessoride in months, but I'm expecting them to deny me. So I'm like, why bother? I was having an expectation of being denied the last 2 times. Maybe that's why I was denied. I was being really negative, but usually when I'm negative, I'm right. So, I guess mind over matter sometimes really does. It's really realistic. Sorry, I'm going off tangent here, but things have been really rough for me lately. Everyone's been telling me to apply to Accessoride, but you know what? And I know things have been really stressful for me, but I'm like, why? Why should I apply and go through all the paperwork just to be told, no, you don't qualify? All my friends who have the same problem I do have Accessoride. I have it worse than a lot of people who have Accessoride, and I've still been denied. They're like, oh, just because you can walk, you don't need Accessoride. But problem is I didn't have a good psychologist. They didn't write it's not that I didn't have a good psychologist, it's that the letter wasn't convincing, basically. Because I really need Accessoride. I've been using Uber and cabs just to get around, just to get to work and back, just to go to appointments, and I'm just, throwing money out just on transportation, like crazy. If I have Accessoride, it's definitely gonna help. I need it so bad. Twice I applied, and twice I was denied. I don't know what I have to do. I don't want to keep on wasting money on Uber, on cabs, just to avoid all the stress of the subway, the sensory overload. Just, what do I have to do? And it's not just a sensory overload. It's that on the subway, people, because of my mannerisms, my stimming, people have threatened me. Subway is for me, the subway is a very toxic environment. Not all the time, but there's certain times that I definitely need Accessoride. Going to work, going to doctor appointments, I need Accessoride. Because, Accessoride works on a schedule, and I have autism, so that being on a schedule, it's going to be so helpful for me. But the thing is, I don't know if they're going to accept me, commuting is very stressful for me. It's extremely stressful. I don't know what to do. And that's just one problem that I'm dealing with. I'm also dealing with issues where, I'm only working 2 days a week, making hardly any money. I mean, taking the Long Island Railroad, it's not as stressful because even though it's public transport, it's above ground, it's calmer. Subway it's just too much. And even the Long Island Railroad is stressful because like I have to make it, it's also on a very tight schedule. If I have an accessory that could just drop me off at the railroad at a particular time, so I don't have to walk up and down because I also have some back issues. It's like, and even though Access Ride is the same price as the regular subway without the reduced fare, I would pay the extra money, just just to avoid all, the stress of the subway. I mean, subways weren't so bad for me, but now that everything is that it's just so much is going on right now. It's just too much. I know. Sorry, I'm going off tangent here. I've been advocating for myself, but unfortunately, I haven't really had anyone advocating for me. It's so hard, advocating for yourself. Especially, I've been trying to do everything on my own because I feel like that's the only way to survive. It's like, well, if someone's helping me, you gotta help yourself. But, and right now, I'm trying to get a new psychologist, to give, to and also on the subway it's crowded and I don't have good balance and I have to stand up and I like almost fell over a couple times. And just today I had an incident happen. I didn't realize I left my bag on the bus and the bus driver just left and I had to beg this one person, like I had to ask him to drive me to the front of the bus, to get in front of the bus, and I gave him $5 as a courtesy. And thankfully I got back on the bus. I got off the bus to, it was a select bus in Queens. So I tried to get a ticket, to avoid a fine. And I told the driver, oh, actually I did remind the driver. I told him that I have my stuff on the bus, I'm just getting a ticket, and he drove off. And I was knocking on the windows as he closed the door, and he drove off. Recently, a lot of bad things have been happening to me. Like a lot of stuff that's been going on. Just, it's been very, not bad, but very stressful. Very, very stressful. Like, yeah, real life is stressful, but I've been surrounded by like very toxic people my whole life. Like, and the more I advocate for myself, the worse people treat me. Like, that's the crazy part. The more I ask to be treated like a decent human being, the worse I'm treated. It's like, wow, that's a lot of viewers. I would really like some subscribers. If you're all new to my channel, please subscribe, And I would really appreciate, some new subscribers because I've been doing this YouTube channel for like so many years. I've been doing this since 2012. I'm not giving up, even though
now.
It's live. I have a lot going on. I just.
Mm-mm.
For me, everything has been very slow. No matter how hard I work and push myself, progress for me has been at a snail's pace. Everyone around me is advancing so fast and so quickly, and me, I'm only even thinking, what's the point of going to college if I'm probably never going to get hired as a broadcaster? Because if life is so hard now, imagine how much harder it's going to be once I graduate college. I was like, or it's already hard. It's really, really hard right now. My whole life has been hard. My childhood was just horrible and constant bullying and discrimination.
Arthur.
Stop. All the time, like in school, I was always getting blamed for things I didn't do. And I would have these huge outbursts because I was just tired of all this discrimination. Every day I was getting bullied, blamed for things I didn't do. Every time every time I got into a fight that I never started, like I was beat up for no reason. Bullies would just come, push me, hit me. I get in trouble because, oh, you were in a fight. But the bullies didn't get in any trouble. So when I started talking back to the teacher, she's like, this is why you're in trouble. So all the time I was in trouble. And I called the teacher an ableist. I said, you're discriminating against me. You know what? Got more trouble for that. But you know what? I didn't shut my mouth. I kept on persevering. I kept on, demanding to be treated. I kept on pushing back, fighting back. Like, I'm a fighter. Like, when I mean I'm a fighter, I'm not a fighter as in I throw punches. No. I fight for my rights and for the rights of other people. And that's what needs to be done. I'm not a violent person. And the thing is, you know how many times I've hurt someone physically? None. Zero. Because even though you want to hurt someone back, you being beat up, you know what? You're the only one that's going to get in trouble because everything is like working against you. So you just got to deal with it, basically, and try to approach it differently. That's what I did. I still got in trouble for standing up for my rights. But you know what? The teacher who caused me all that trouble, she got fired. She did. I mean, that's what I want to believe, but she no longer works there. So I like to believe she got fired. You know what? I want to thank you all for being there, for all your help. And I'm going to continue working on my YouTube channel. I'm going to continue trying to get, better internet service, however that may be. Maybe bringing a wire directly to the computer. And I'm going to do another live stream in the morning. And I'm going to leave it here. I'm praying that Accessoride will, at least one thing will go right. That I'm going to get Accessoride accepted. Because then it'll help me be on track. And I'll leave this stream running. Actually, I'm going to end it now because I'm going to begin a new one in the morning. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Oh, actually, my school, there was no zero tolerance. It was the disabled people who got in trouble. Well, I went to middle school, so. Yeah, for me it wasn't equal trouble. I always got in trouble. Even if I didn't push back, I always got in trouble. I mean, I was very negative back then, so that was probably the reason the teacher didn't like me, because I was a very negative person. So. And I also don't believe in zero tolerance. I believe in restorative justice. Like, instead of making the person feel bad about, acting out, just teach them what they did was wrong. Because maybe someone's acting out because they're having an injustice done upon them, like what was always happening to me. My acting out was talking back to my teachers. Yep. And you know what the inclusion director tried to do, who's aka my teacher? She tried to deliberately fail me. She tried to give me substandardized tests so I would end up getting an IEP diploma and not advancing towards high school and college. But you know what? I graduated with an associate's degree. Why? Because I feel like in order to get my dream job, which is a broadcast meteorologist, I have to go to these extreme lengths. I mean, now there's YouTube, maybe I could be hired as a meteorologist on YouTube, There's these new streams that are taking shape. I'm actually thinking about not even going to college. I mean, I want to be a TV meteorologist, but it's so competitive, and I feel like because my life is just so hard that the universe is just working against me. And the universe is working against me, so I'm like, I could almost tell what's going to happen in the future. So yeah, I was also physically weak. I was always scared of fighting back. I mean, for me, I would bang the most I would do is smash or bang my fist on the table. That's about it. And I would take beatings, and maybe I would curse back, but I would never attack another student. I wasn't a violent person, but my issue was I was diagnosed with oppositional defiant disorder for standing up for my rights. Not because I followed directions. No, I stood up for my rights. And that's why I was diagnosed with ODD. They're trying to invalidate all my issues. So that's what happens when you're disabled. When you're standing up for yourself, they find a reason to invalidate you. Of course, today it's different. I mean, that's what people tell me. I don't believe it at all. In fact, I see the same nonsense going on still today. I mean, look who's president, so seriously. I mean, we have a bully in the White House. And I've been bullied my whole life, so I know a bully when I see one, so.
You see the time?
There are people watching. I don't care what time it is. This is what I do.
You have work in the morning. You told me 5 minutes, 30 minutes ago.